Can you see it?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, great. Should I go ahead?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you very much, and hello everyone. My name is Sabine Harabedian, and I am the founder of Abely. Thank you for joining us. I hope everyone is doing okay in this very challenging time, and thank you for taking the time to be with us. Again, I'm the founder of Abely. It's a startup company located on Long Island, and we develop products that are user-friendly to solve problems that we have identified in order to help people remain independent at home. Today, my goal is to share some information about sleep and how critical it is to our health, to tell you about our innovative product and user-friendly bed recliner called the LiftMeUp, and explain how it could help you address some issue that you may be experiencing and answer any question that you may have. The presentation will last about 20 minutes and a demo will be included, live demo behind me. And that will leave us plenty of time for question and answers if there are any. So as a disclaimer, I will be giving out discount codes at the end of the presentation. So you may want to grab a pen and make sure you stay with us until the end of the presentation. First, let me talk about sleep and the importance of sleep. Sleep is absolutely critical to our survival. I don't know if you know, but it's actually more critical than eating. We could stay a few days without eating and not die, but after a few days of not sleeping, people actually would die. So sleep is really important, and the quality of sleep is obviously critical also. So what happened during the sleep that is so critical? There's a fluid around our brain called the cerebrospinal fluid, which flushes out the debris that have accumulated during the day when we think, we talk, we use our brain. And this is a process that is called lymphatic drainage. And again, it happens at night and it's critical for our well-being. There's different type of sleep, as I was mentioning, and deeper sleep means better quality of life. So it's really important to be in that phase of deep sleep that we should achieve every night to be able to really benefit from that rest period. And sleeping in your bed is actually very important versus sleeping anywhere in the house. It's important to segregate your space where you live versus your space where you sleep. So sleeping in your bedroom, in your bed is actually critical. And it's highly recommended that, again, you don't just sleep in the living room because then it's harder for you to separate both. And it's important, again, for your well-being. So how can we improve the quality of sleep since it is so important? So it's critical to have a routine. It's been shown that doing the same thing at a certain time, going to bed at a certain time, and trying to maintain a rhythm throughout your day is very important. So we highly recommend that. Always keep the room French and dark, which I think everybody knows, but especially right now as the temperatures are going up, making sure that maybe you turn on your fan or your air conditioning before going to bed. So when you enter your bedroom, it's fresh. It's going to really help you fall asleep faster and get a better quality of sleep. Dark, because actually you will have a deeper sleep when it's dark in the room. And also if it's a noisy environment, you probably want to use maybe some earplugs or anything that's going to avoid you from waking up too many times throughout the night. It's highly recommended to avoid screen time, so TV, phone, or iPad right before going to bed because of that violet light that apparently is not good for us. So that's something also that you should build into your routine. Turn off your screens at least a couple of hours before you go to bed, and you will hopefully see a big improvement on the quality of your sleep. If you find it hard to fall asleep, some breathing techniques and relaxation methods are really helping out. You can have that through a nap maybe, or through something that lighting devices that help you breathe. So there's definitely a lot of different equipment out there that could help you with that. And finally, the position, because actually depending on your body, some position are better for you than others. It used to be said that sleeping on the stomach is not good because it strains your back and your neck. But with COVID, actually, we found out that the proning position, which is when you sleep on your stomach, can be really helpful for avoiding any issues with your lungs. So that's something that is being discussed. And actually we posted about that. So we have some information to share if you're interested in learning more about that. But overall, sleeping on your back is probably better, especially if you have some issues with like sleep apnea or something like that, where you maintain your airway open. As you know, sleeping on your side also can be helpful. So again, it depends on your condition and on what you're trying to achieve. But that's something that you should keep in mind if you're having problems sleeping, to look at your position and trying to maintain the best that is the one that is best for you. So one of the position is actually sleeping at an incline. So having your head slightly elevated from the rest of your body. So from the waist up, sleeping at an incline, and it depends how much, usually 10, 30%, sometimes 40%, again, depending on how you benefit from it. And the mechanics of sleeping at an incline are pretty straightforward, but what happened is that the role of gravity is key. All day long, we are standing up or sitting, and gravity is affecting our body. And then if we go to bed and we are totally reclining horizontally, flat, then gravity disappears. And it can really have an effect on how our body is reacting to that. The role of gravity obviously helps in the drainage that we were talking about earlier, the lymphatic training in your brain to get these fluid around your brain to clean at night. The lymphatic draining is something similar, but it happens in your body. So same thing, all the lymph in your body is cleaning your body at night, getting rid of all of the toxin that you've accumulated during the day. Also, as you are laying flat, it actually increases the pressure in your brain, because during the day, your body has adapted to that gravity, and the resistance of your vessels is adapting so that it's really creating some pressure to be able to send the blood to your brain during the day. And once you are now laying flat, that gravity is no longer there. So the vessels are still sending this blood at a certain pressure. And it doesn't have to, because right now you don't have the gravity working against you anymore, but they don't adapt rapidly enough that it can build some pressure in the brain and create some issues. And at the same level, it relieves the pressure on eyes, ears, even gums. So anything that is in the head can actually really benefit from being at an incline. So the benefits have been shown to be really multiple. People with respiratory issues, by sleeping at an incline, they have much more lung capacity, and it really helped them breathe better at night. People with congestive heart failure, again, because of gravity, you don't build up all that fluid in your lung, and it really helps. By reducing the pressure in the brain, you are going to limit headaches and migraines. So that's something also, if you tend to be prone to migraines, that's something that you should try just to see if it can help you. Hopefully it will. There are some really interesting studies out there, and I encourage you to research them. But some of them say up to 70%. So I'm not sure exactly how big the sample was, so you have to be always careful, but it's just something easy for you to try, and maybe you should really give it a shot. Glaucoma is a condition of the eyes where also the blood pressure in the eyes is too elevated, and by sleeping on an incline, it shows that you could reduce glaucoma. So that's something also that can be really beneficial, because glaucoma eventually can create blindness. So you really want to take it seriously. Acid reflux, I think we all know that by elevating your upper body, acid reflux is not as important. So that's something also that you really want to take into consideration. At night also, you can get congested or have like a post-nasal drip. So that's something also that's really helpful by sleeping at an incline. And especially during allergy season or during the winter with head cold. So definitely think about adapting your position when it's needed like that. More proven benefits, snoring and sleep apnea. Your doctor, I'm sure if that's one of your conditions, has mentioned that, again, keeping the airway open really helps. So by sleeping on the back and the head elevated, it keeps your airway open, and it's really beneficial. It also lowers blood pressure to sleep at an incline. So that's something that naturally, without having to take medication, maybe some people who have slight elevated blood pressure may be able to manage. Obviously not if you know, you require like medication because you have a severe case, but some people may be able to manage that just by their sleeping conditions. So again, something to look into. Reduce water retention, because you can also elevate your leg if necessary. Deeper sleep, as we mentioned earlier, all sleep is not equal. So you want to get into that deeper sleep where your body is actually in a stage where it's going to cleanse itself, and that only happens as you reach that deeper sleep. So not in the first phase of your sleep, in your deeper one. And that's why you want to reach that stage and stay there and really get the benefits of all the hormones being released in your body to repair cells and help you just live, you know, a healthier life, basically. Obviously, everything that has to do with back pain, osteoarthritis, and spinal stenosis is also something that can be addressed, maybe not entirely, but partially with sleeping at an incline, where it just brings a little bit of relief to your back. And again, that's something where you need to adjust, but that's something that you should look into it. And finally, there has been some studies showing that maybe, and I'm very careful here, that's why I have the asterisk, because I'm not claiming that this is the answer, but some studies have suggested that Alzheimer could be an issue with this lymphatic drainage not happening properly, and a buildup of debris in the brain and in that fluid around it. And so sleeping at an incline may be helping the solution toward Alzheimer. And again, I'm not saying this is true. I'm just saying that it has been mentioned, and there's more studies that should be done just to prove that. But I just thought it was interesting, and again, I'm mentioning it just with caution. But so I just wanted to introduce you to our solution. Again, because we realize that sleeping is so important, and it also brings you the health benefits. We have developed a bed recliner. It's called the LiftMeUp, and you can see it on the left. And I'm going to, again, give you a demo. It's actually right behind me. But so this is an electric, it's a motorized device that you put on your mattress. As you can see right here on the screen, on the left side, it's a metal frame, and it comes already assembled. So you don't have to use any tools. You just plug it in on top of your mattress, and then there's going to be a foam topper. You can see it on the right. It's a memory foam pad that runs the whole length of the recliner and a little bit lower, so that it offers a transition for the user. And it's very comfortable, and it sits on the recliner so you don't feel the metal frame. And then there is a remote control that you can see on the lower left of that picture on the right, and that's the hand control. It has two buttons up and down, and going to allow you just at the touch of a button to really adjust the position in your bed to what is critical for you. So whether you are reclining in bed to watch TV, or you have to spend more time in bed because of health issues, and you want to be able to get in and out of bed more easily. So the recliner, the backrest, will raise all the way up to a vertical. And that really helps you get in and out of bed without really needing a caregiver to help you if you have enough mobility then to stand. But this is something that really is pretty cool as far as bringing you the independence and again, just sleeping at an incline like we were just talking about, and really finding that angle that is right for you and brings you the health benefits of sleeping at an incline. So the product is available on the market. It launched in 2018, and on the launch, we actually received the silver medal for innovation at the Medtrade show, which is the largest show in the US for home medical equipment. I'm going to continue, but if you have any question, feel free to let me know. So the LiftMeUp recliner is very user-friendly. As I mentioned, it comes all assembled. It's actually assembled right here in New York on Long Island, and you just plug it in. So no need to really use any tools. It's very easy. It includes everything that you require, and again, it sits on top of your bed, so you don't have to leave the mattress. You don't have to move any furniture. It's really user-friendly. It fits on either side of the bed. So if you have a queen size bed or a king size bed, your partner won't be raised, only yourself, the user. And it's very quiet. So the mechanism, if you have to use it during the night to adjust your incline or to get out of bed, will not wake up your partner. So that's really helpful. Again, I mentioned it's very easy to operate because it has two buttons up and down. So as soon as you stop pushing on the button, the backrest stops. It's a very slow movement, as you will see shortly when I do the demo. And therefore, it's just a very easy to operate. I mentioned the memory foam, which makes it very comfortable. And because it's low profile, which means that when you bring the backrest all the way down, you can easily cover with your comforter and nobody knows that it's there. So it does also address some dignity issue, because if you don't want anybody knowing that you're using a piece of equipment to help you get in and out of bed, so that's easily achievable with the LiftMeUp. Just also to point out a couple of its features, it's very versatile because as you can see it on the left, Jenny is using it to raise her legs. I mentioned earlier edema in the legs. So that's something that can be used for. It's also great for people who had some issues like the Achilles tendon issue where they need to keep their legs elevated, sorry. People who need to have their legs above their heart if they have any heart conditions. So it's an easy way to get the elevation that you need also in the legs. And as you can see on the right, it's made so that it's portable. It was designed to be portable because we want you to be using it anywhere you go. So if you use it at home and then you go home or to the children to visit family, grandkids, vacation, a hotel night, weekend somewhere, you can actually take it with you, and it's only about 20 pounds to carry. So even if it's maybe too heavy for you, it's still something that someone who can help you out can carry easily. And obviously you can also carry it between the rooms of your house. So if you want to use it at night in your bed and then during the day on the couch, it's something that is also very easy to do. So by designing this product, one thing that we really kept in mind was making it user-friendly, addressing concern that we felt were not addressed in the market by other products, especially hospital beds. Hospital beds have a footprint, they have a stigma, end-of-life stigma, and also they deprive you from being with your partner in the same bed. Here, we again address dignity because we keep you in your own bed with your partner. So it's really something that was important. Value because it's much, much less expensive than an electric bed, and also most of the hospital beds. It's convenient because again, it's all assembled. It's really takes a few minutes to install. So it's very easy to manipulate. It takes no space, as we said, no footprint. And it addresses also caregiver safety, meaning that the highest risk of injury at home happens when the caregiver is helping the person get up from the bed, from a horizontal position to a sitting position. That's where you have to pull up the person. So by helping the person who may not be able to get up on her own or his own, we are also taking care of any back injuries that could result from the caregiver having to do that. Let me continue the presentation, and then I will do the live demo so that maybe we have more people, and I can answer the question as I'm doing the demo. So the user testimonials have been really excellent. People call it a game changer, a lifesaver. We have people who claim that the LiftMeUp made their recovery faster after a surgery because really it lowered the level of pain when you transition from a laying position to a sitting position or vice versa. So I encourage you to go on our website and look at all the testimonials. Again, we've helped many people with many conditions, open heart surgeries, double mastectomy, rotator cuff shoulder surgery, hip surgery, C-section for the younger woman, hernia, and on the chronic condition people, we are helping people with COPD, asthma, with congestive heart failure, and many other conditions that really, we've been really lucky to have great success story to share. So I think that you should look at the testimonials to see the breadth of solution that we've been able to bring. So just to explain to you how to get the recliner, it's available for sale and for rent. And so here's Peter. He's actually one of our orthopedic users. He had a shoulder surgery. I don't know if you see that big sling that he's carrying on his left arm. But it actually wraps around his body, which really made it impossible to sleep flat. So, and also he doesn't have the support from his arms to get out of bed. So surgeons recommend that patients post-surgery after a shoulder surgery use something like this. So we've had many people use our LiftMeUp recliner. And so basically, Peter rented the recliner for a month. We ship it, and usually it takes 1 to 2 days depending on where you are located, but here in the area, the next day you get it. And it's $95 per month, and there's a one-time fee of $90 because we ask you to purchase your own foam topper that goes on the recliner and the cover, and you will keep them at the end. So what we are doing is we are guaranteeing you that what you are getting is brand new because we don't reuse, we don't get them back. So you buy it, you use it, and then you keep it. So that foam and the cover. We only get back the recliner, so the machine itself, the motorized device, and that you return when you're done using it. We have a system where you can extend on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. So it's very, very practical, very flexible, and really you can use it as long as necessary. if you were interested in purchasing the product after renting it, all the rental costs will actually carry over to the purchase cost. So you would be able to do that without losing any money. So the other solution is to purchase the recliner straight from the beginning. And this is something probably more for long-term users, who for the older adults aging at home, those who manage chronic condition, who may have some physical disabilities to help them out of bed. And again, here, Arthur, he's actually a veteran. He's suffering from COPD. And the LiftMeUp recliner was really life-changing for him. As soon as he started using it and sleeping at an incline, he was able to spend the whole night in his bed before he would have to get up during the night to actually go and sleep on the couch because he could not get enough lung capacity to really breathe properly. So he's been able to adjust his position throughout the night and to really benefit from it. So again, if you benefit from a better quality of sleep, you benefit from a better quality of life. And that's something that has translated into a lot of the testimonials as far as a higher quality of life. Here you can see that our website is www.theliftmeup.com. And there's a lot of information there. So I encourage you to go there and just learn. And obviously, if you have any question, please contact us. So here's a discount code, and I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to leave it on the screen so that you can see it. But you know, just to thank you for listening today and also for learning and educating yourself on the quality of sleep, we would like to offer you a discount if you are interested in learning more about the LiftMeUp and you're seeking something that could be helpful to you. So if you write 2020 STF, which stands for Senior Tech Fair, we would be happy to extend a discount. So either on the phone or directly on our website, just refer to the code and we'll be happy to give you the discount. So on the purchase, it's $50 off and a free pillow holder. The pillow holder is an accessory that actually, if you go on the website, you can see some nice pictures. I don't have it with me right now, but I'll explain to you. When you lift the backrest of the recliner and you get out of bed, the pillow behind you is going to fold behind your back. Here, the pillow holder creates a pocket around the recliner to actually keep your pillow in place, and therefore really make it more comfortable for you so that you don't have to hold on to your pillow. And same thing when you re-enter your bed with a recliner up, your pillow is already in place. So that's an accessory that we don't include systematically with the recliner because some people don't necessarily need it. It's only people who really need to raise the backrest all the way to a vertical who really benefit from it. So anyone usually after a surgery or who really need to get in and out of bed by being pushed. If it's only to sleep at an incline, then you don't really need the pillow holder. And as far as a rental, we would be happy to offer you free shipping. The free shipping is included in the purchase, but in the rental, depending on where you are, there may be a fee for the rental. So we would be happy to give you the free shipping and again, the free pillow holder so that you can really get your rental set up and lower the cost to you. Unfortunately, the product is not reimbursed by insurance yet. We've been working on it and we're trying to push on our end. If users submit a request for reimbursement, it's also a way to put pressure on the insurance to look at it and hopefully start reimbursing it. So we hope that it's something that a milestone we can achieve this year. But it's difficult, and with you know, all the costs associated with COVID, I'm not sure exactly if it's something that will be reimbursed anytime soon. So let me show you right behind me, we have the recliner. So I have two models. So here's a recliner. This is a part that you put on your bed, okay? And right now it's right here, so you don't really see it, but that's why I wanted to show it to you. But so you put that memory foam pad and the cover that come with it, and you remember this is for you to keep after a rental, because this is what is in contact with you, with the user. So the recliner itself is not in contact because it's protected all around by the cover. And therefore, what we highly recommend is for people to raise the backrest. So I hope you can see here the movement. It's very slow so that it's nice and it doesn't create any pain for somebody recuperating at home from the surgery. So we really highly recommend to bring the backrest all the way up, okay? And as you're going to enter your bed, you're going to sit in the middle and just put your body against the pillow. And as you bring the backrest down, when it becomes comfortable for either if you can lift your legs, or maybe you will need a caregiver, but you can, with very low efforts, you can actually bring your legs up. And again, your body is in contact here. And then you are going to adjust your position. You can go all the way down, and I'm going to go all the way so you can see how flat I'm going to be. Okay, this is how I'm flat. And if you see, I can turn on my side if I'm a side sleeper. It's 30 inches wide, so it should be plenty for someone to be able to sleep like they would on their regular mattress. And here I'm being brought up, so I can stop wherever I want, sorry. I can read, I can watch TV, and I can sleep if it is, you know, what works for me. I can sleep at this incline. I just want to point out that the memory foam pad blends into your own mattress here, so it ends about under the knee. So you are not replacing your bed with this mattress. You're only using this pad to make it comfortable to use the recliner. And again, the recliner can bring you all the way up. So if you want to eat in bed, or if you want to, again, get out of bed more easily, for anything that, again, after a surgery requires core strength and you can't use your core, this is very helpful. You're going to be pushed up all the way. So I'm not engaging any of my body right now. I'm just letting myself slide, and then I can just get up and be back with you. So I don't know if you have any questions, any follow-up that you want me to do on anything that I mentioned earlier that would be helpful. I'm going to go back to my screen.
Thank you, Sabine. I had a question. Well, one, you answered it. It was how much does it weigh? So 20 pounds, which seems good. But I really like what you said about the dignity issue. I think that that's really interesting about not putting a hospital bed inside someone's house and being able to use your own bed and sleep in bed with your partner. I think that's really important. So that's
yes, we agree. And actually we have people who at the end of their life, you know, instead of usually as part of the palliative services that people receive the hospice,
mm-hmm.
You know, they would deliver a hospital bed, but some people don't like that. Again, it really brings a stigma of end of life and being very sick. And we have people who have decided to use something like that so that, again, their loved one can help them out more easily, but they remain in their own bed with their partner.
Yeah.
for as long as possible.
And other surgeries too. That was a good point, like OB-GYN surgeries or just different like hip or joint replacements. That's huge as well, especially the rental program. I do remember my question. So if you were to rent it for the amount of time that it were to purchase it, like say you rented for 5 months, could you then purchase it from your rental?
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome.
Absolutely. And just I want to mention the weight. So the weight that I mentioned is 20 pounds just for the recliner. When we ship, it comes in a box that weighs 31 pounds.
Okay.
There's the foam topper and the box itself. It's a heavy box because that's how we protect the recliner. We make sure it's well protected. So it's slightly higher for the shipping weight.
Awesome.
And,
cool.
so we hope that, you know, we can help people. And again, I encourage everybody to go to the website because I think the testimonials show that it helps a really wide variety of people, younger, older, more long-term, short-term, and we can hopefully help make a difference.
Yeah, I like it. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing with us. I will make sure that we post the recording as well today so that people can still access it on our website. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Rebecca. Nice meeting you.
Thank you as well. Let me just stop the